Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, this is an interesting one, and I think it was sparked by, I'm not going to even say the outlet, because we know the outlet is, you know what, I'm not going to even go there, because people are going to say that I'm being negative. But before I jump into the video, Jay, let's welcome the people back to the channel. We got a ton of subscribers yesterday on our live stream, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys are always checking us out there. I think we had about 15 subscribers. Come check us out. If you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing related content. So make sure you become a subscriber and hit the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure that you are engaging. Jay, somebody was on this particular platform, and I think it was a fan, and this platform is known for being a Devin Haney glaze fest, if you will. And this particular person, who I guess is a subscriber of that particular platform, mentioned on their live stream that Devin Haney could potentially take a catchweight fight with someone like Errol Spence. And I thought it was interesting because we know that Devin Haney is pretty big, and for whatever reason, we've seen a number of fighters claim that they'd be willing to move up and face Errol Spence Jr. Is that a fair statement?
Yep.
We heard Rolly say that he would be willing to move up to fight Errol. We've heard Ryan say it, and I would suspect that Devin Haney might make that claim as well. So Errol Spence posted something that I thought was very interesting, and I'm pretty sure that he was speaking directly to this particular situation because, I just think Errol is now starting to find this to be offensive, considering he's been away from the sport for a while, and I think people are forgetting who he is. Errol's response was, "Ninjas better let me be." So let's talk about it, Jay. We know we got a lot of Devin Haney Glazers that frequent our channel. Shout out to all you guys. We still love you, but you're still a Glazer, right? And we know that they wholeheartedly support the skill set of Devin Haney and believe that Devin Haney can virtually beat anybody between 135 and 147. So they potentially believe that Devin could possibly beat someone like Errol Spence. I see this as something that, in my personal opinion, is absurd. And, no fighter is perfect. I feel that Terrence Crawford had the ability to show some of the holes that we've seen in Errol Spence, expose some of them. I mean, no fighter is perfect again, and we've actually talked to some of the things that we thought were weaknesses relative to Errol Spence. But that doesn't mean that just because Terrence Crawford was able to capitalize on those flaws that any other fighter will be able to do that at 147 currently. And I'm not saying that there's no fighter that could, but I'm just speaking to certain fighters, right? And Devin Haney, I think Devin Haney will probably go into the ring with probably a reach that is similar to Spence, because Spence has a pretty long reach as well. I think Spence may be a little bit taller than Devin, maybe close to the same size, but Spence is much bigger, and Devin simply does not have the power. I just don't see how Devin keeps Spence off of him, because Devin's MO is a jab, which we know Spence does. He has one of the best jabs in the business. So Spence will be able to jab with him, if not out jab him, and certainly will be able to walk him down, because I don't see Devin having the ability to keep Spence honest in regards to just his ability to kind of stalk him and throw body shots and really put a lot of pressure on him. So I thought it was interesting. I'm surprised that a fan would even call for that. I don't see, there's not a, this is my opinion, this is not a knock towards Devin Haney. I do not dislike Devin Haney. I do not dislike Bill Haney. I think Bill is interesting. But I just feel that they are going to have to be incredibly strategic as it relates to the rest of Devin's career, because Devin is too big for lower weight classes, but he doesn't have the power to keep anyone honest at a higher weight class. And personally, I just don't feel that he has the boxing skills of like a Floyd Mayweather, where I can just keep landing on you and you can't land on me. And regardless of how strong you are, it won't really matter, because I just have the tools to take all of that away from you. I just don't see that in Devin. So Spence, to me, is a really bad idea. but we'll see what the people say in the comment section. Jay, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, when I saw it, I laughed at it.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed at that person being like, "Oh, you're Devin." I'm like, "Well, that's Devin proving that he could just do that." You know, Devin's usually been feasting on people that's been smaller than him. He fought someone that could hit him at range, and he struggled. And Ryan Garcia, when he fought Ramirez, he was on his bike the whole time. And if you don't think Spence is going to come for vengeance, if they were to fight, Spence is going to try to hurt that dude because he's tired of all the stuff. And even Bud said that he's like he don't think it. Bud said he don't think not too many people could do what he did to Spence. You know, Bud is a special fighter. We all know that. So Devin ain't on Bud level. Also, to your point, Devin doesn't have the power, but he's not mean. He ain't mean like that. I think it's going to take someone that has the mean and demeanor of someone like Terrence Crawford, and of course the skills to be able to do that to Spence. But not just do that to Spence, but beat Spence. I don't think Dev has that in him. He won't have the size. He won't have any advantage over Spence like that. He'll have the youth and being more active. But after what I saw with Devin and Jose Ramirez, he looked like he's shell shocked a little bit, especially towards punches. You know, so he have to show me something in another fight to show that he can stand there. If he gets hit, how would he react to it? You know, and I think Spence is still on another level, despite him being out of the ring. I think he's 34, 35 now?
Yeah, about
Something like
35,
that.
I think.
I still don't think this would be a good idea. So that fan that just glazed with Dev like that, let's keep it a beam, man. It's not what you want. Let him chill and focus on his peers that's in and around that his weight class where he's at, whether it's 140 or the catch weight 144 type deal that Dev's been seeing like he's been doing. He's not big enough for the guys at 147. To your point, I agree with that because there's the Brian Normans out there, you know, and Dev talked bad about Brian Norman before, but all of a sudden when Brian Norman got that left hook knockout of Jen Sasaki last Thursday, he was like, oh, maybe he ain't, you know, but so he ain't gonna mess with that. So I think Dev's in a situation where he doesn't have the power to be up at 147, but he can't make 140 either. You know, so he might just be at those catchweight. That's maybe why he said, you know, I'm not gonna fight our weight class. You know, I'm just gonna fight pretty much, and he's gonna be selective who he fights, which on his side makes sense. But when we look at the whole scheme of boxing, it doesn't. So Dev, don't listen to this fan. I'm glad it wasn't from Dev saying that or Bill saying that we know of. They haven't even co-signed on that because if they had, they would definitely be crazy than what Bill already looks at times. So, leave Spence alone on this one. Leave him alone, Haney's.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't surprise me if they were to mention Spence because when they moved up, they kind of mentioned Crawford a little bit, kind of hinted at it. They hinted at Boots. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they would hint at someone like Errol. It's possible, but that I don't think that's the smoke that they really want. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this. Do you feel that this is a fight that would make sense for Devin Haney? Personally, we don't. We think he'd get I think this will be a tall order for him. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.